Hi guys, this is David here. I'm just going to go through with you the first part of what I want you to do for the $1 billion research activity, and that is to create a graph that shows your spending. So the example I'm using here is a graph, a really basic one, for a student doing the $1,000 option. So you remember there's three options: $1,000 to improve your own health and prevent you catching or developing chronic or lifestyle diseases. There's the $10,000 option, where you can decide how you would spend $10,000 to ensure that all the students in year 10 didn't develop chronic or lifestyle diseases. And then there's the $1 billion option, doing the same thing but for the country as a whole. But the example here is for a student spending $1,000 on their own health. And what we want to do here is create a graph. So I'm on Pages here, and what I've done is created a column titled Item, another column entitled Amount, and I'm going to put down under the items, just making those columns a bit bigger, three really simple things that I could do to improve my own health and try and make sure that I don't develop chronic or lifestyle diseases. Now I'm hoping you'll have more items and you'll have a little bit more detail, but all I'm showing you here is how to create a graph. So I would put in amounts that add up to $1,000, and that shows how I'm going to spend my money. Now, we want to put that into a graph, so we click on Chart. You can choose whether to make it 3D or 2D. There's also interactive. I'm not 100% sure how that works, so let's go for a fairly simple option. So you might decide to represent it as a pie chart, and it's not quite what I had intended. I might undo that. And I should mention that what you need to do is highlight the text first. Then you go to the chart. You might choose to put it as a, pie chart, and that shows how I'm splitting up my spending. You might decide to have it as a bar graph. Okay. That's putting dates in. Not sure whether that's quite what we wanted. I think we needed to highlight the text again, and let's try that as a bar graph. Okay, and that's another way of representing what we had up before in the pie chart. Now, you need to get that image of the graph and include it in your presentation. The presentation tool that I want you to use is called a ThingLink. And I'll explain in another video tutorial how you create a ThingLink. But while we're here, you'll need to capture that image of your graph. Yep, so I might click outside that, and we do Shift Command 4, and that lets us take a screenshot. And so I just select that entire area there. That should be enough. Makes a clicking sound. And that should be saved to my desktop. And that's the screenshot there. And I'll be using that a little bit later in my tutorial on how to create a ThingLink.